Bonjour! Bonjour!
No. Time for bladder check.
Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch My Hero Academia Season 2, Episode 7. Now, I already watched today's episodes 5 and 6. If you want to see my reaction videos, I'm gonna put the links into the eye. I'm gonna put the link also for the playlist that I made for my entire binge watching of My Hero Academia. And again, if you want to be there, you know, for all of this binge watching of My Hero Academia, you just have to subscribe. And if you want to have 4 episodes of add-ons and extended or full reaction parts, you have my Patreon also for that. I planned at first, you know, to react maybe to 4 episodes today. I think that 3 it's gonna be enough. Maybe tomorrow I'm gonna have the time to watch 1 more. It could be great. We'll see. No matter what, right there, 1 more for today for me. That's gonna be cool. But I'm a little worried, you know, because with how we finished the last episode, I'm really like, okay, this episode it's gonna be the fight against, you know, Deku and Shinso. The memory guy, for me it's more something like it can hypnotize people, and because of that he can control them. That's what he did with his team during the second game, and maybe, you know, that's why they don't remember what happened, because they were under hypnosis. At least that's what I think. So no matter what, right there we're gonna have the beginning of this fight, but I'm not sure that I'm gonna have the end of this fight during this episode. So I'm gonna have to wait for tomorrow. I know that for you guys who discovered, you know, this anime when it was out, you had to wait each time 1 week to have 1 new episode. So for me to say, oh, I have to wait for tomorrow, it sounds bad, but you know, when you are used to binge watch stuff, you know, shows and animes, each time you're like, I want what is next, I want it now. And the fact that I know that I have it right there, it's frustrating sometimes. And the worst for me, I think that it was for Attack on Titan. When I binge watched Attack on Titan, I was organizing same, you know, sessions with 4 or 5 episodes of Attack on Titan on the same day. And you know, for you guys, it was a little weird because you saw me discovering all of that on the same day, and you were really, I had comments about it telling me, you're so lucky, like, can you imagine that us, we had to wait 1 entire week or more to have the new episode, and we had so many questions, and it was, you know, each time finishing on a cliffhanger, it was so rough. And me, I was just frustrated, you know, to have to wait for 1 day, 2 days, something like that. It was worse, you know, that frustration for Attack on Titan, for example, as another anime that I can mention, you know, that I reacted to, but also for some shows, sometimes it's a little frustrating for me, but I know also my chance, the fact that I can binge watch stuff just like that, and right there, that's it, I'm gonna survive. But just know that, see, before beginning this episode, I'm already anticipating the fact that maybe the fight is not gonna end during this episode, and I'm gonna have to finish my day with this frustration, and to organize tomorrow so I can watch at least 1 more episode to finish the fight. I don't want to see all of the fights just right there. I would want that, but I know that it would take a long time, because I really think that all of the fights, all of these rounds, you know, it's gonna take, yes, the rest of the first half of the season. Like, we have to have Bakugo against Ochako. Like, I really can't imagine how it's gonna be the sweet girl against the nervous guy. How it's gonna be. Oh, I really don't know. I'm not even sure that these two, they talked before, you know, during the first season. And oh, Ida against Mei, that can be interesting, you know, because Mei, she doesn't have any powers, but she has her babies, and the fact that Ida, it's about how quick, how fast it can be. Like really, that can be an interesting fight. For sure, Todoroki's fight, I'm interested by it. And after that, we're gonna have Todoroki against Deku. And with what we discovered during the last episode, I want these two to win now, and I know that it can't be. So if we have these two, you know, the same round, one fight, and it's not even the last one, it's gonna be bad. I'm not gonna be able to choose. For sure, I love Deku, it's so nice and all, and I'm so proud of him. I want him to succeed. But Todoroki, his story, what we discovered of it was so sad, so bad. I want him to win. I want him to be able to prove to his father how great he is without him, that he doesn't need his name, that he deserved to enter into that school just because of how great he is. And I want him also to prove that he can do it just by using the ice quirk and not Andover quirk, to prove that his mom quirk was the best and that Andover, what he did, you know, that forced marriage, mixing quirks like that, creating kids like that, it's so bad. I said it during the review of the last episode. In a way, it's also interesting to learn that it can happen, you know, into this universe, that it's one of the consequences of the quirks appearing like that. And in a way, it's great because it's more realistic, and it's going also with my idea that the more we're gonna progress, the more we're gonna learn stuff about this universe, and that not everything is so perfect. I said it during the season 1. At the end, I was beginning to think, you know, that in this universe, not all of the heroes are good guys and not all of the villains are bad guys. Villains, you know, how did they become villains? Not just like that, like they become villains because they did bad stuff, maybe because of financial reasons, maybe because they were pushed to do stuff, and all like criminals right there in real life. Like not all of them are bad persons, and all, like everyone has a reason to act. And also all of that thing about putting people into boxes as soon as, you know, they have their quirks, and to consider some people less important than others, like they did with Deku. Maybe they can consider also some quirks less important, or some quirks more dangerous, so they can consider less these people. Like I was already beginning to think that this universe, you know, it's not also perfect and it can be complicated, but to discover that about Todoroki, his situation, his family, and to understand that that kind of stuff is happening into this universe, it's going with that idea, and it's even amplifying it, because it means that into that world they can do really bad stuff related to these quirks. Like, I don't think that it's gonna be a universe like The Boys, the show, you know, this universe and all of the bad things that people can do with their powers and all. I'm not sure that we're gonna go that crazy, but maybe they can go also really dark and deep with the consequences of a universe like that, in fact. But yes, what we discovered about Todoroki, it made me sad and mad. And now I want the boy to succeed, to prove all of that, you know, all of he wants to prove with that. But at the same time, for sure, I want Deku to win. And the fact that Bakugo, he heard that conversation, I think that it's great. I'm wondering what he's gonna do with it. And you know, we discovered why Ida, he wants to be an hero, why Ochako, she wants to be an hero, right there, why Todoroki, he wants to win. For sure we know why Deku is doing all of that. So I think that maybe we're gonna discover that for each of the students, and for Bakugo, in fact, we don't know it. And I'm wondering about it. And I think that I never said it in videos, but I said it a lot in comments, you know, in responses to your comments, the fact that I'm beginning to find really weird, or at least just I'm wondering about it, Bakugo's family. We never saw them, we never heard of them. I want to know more about them. I think that maybe there is something right there. For a kid, you know, to be so young and to want so much to be admired, you know, to be like that with the other kids. Okay, he was just a kid and maybe you can be like the kids, they're just like that, and after that he just continued to be like that all of his life. But no, the fact that he was already like that and the fact that after that he never changed, for me, you know, it can be something like he was never appreciated into his family, considered into his family, he has a bad situation, you know, into his family, and it would explain the fact that he wants for people, you know, to notice him, to admire him, to consider him as the best. And that way also he never changed, because into his family context he was forced to stay like that, so he stayed like that also into all of his life. Do you understand what I mean? I'm beginning to think about stuff like that for Bakugo. We'll see if I'm right or wrong about it. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro right now and let's go for this episode. Like I said, if you want an extended or full reaction part for this episode, full reaction part, I put it when really I'm reacting a lot. Each time you can know on the description which version I decided to put for this episode, or also on the schedule that I post each Monday on my Patreon, on YouTube and on Twitter. You can know that in advance, and you can know also to what level you have to subscribe for that. You know, for the extended reaction part it's level 2, and if you want the extended reaction part and the full reaction part when I post them, it's a level 3. Okay, let's go for this episode. And you have them with 4 episodes of advance, all of that, you know, the thing, not playing with opacity, all of that. If you want to support me, it can be appreciated and it can be really useful. These last weeks into my personal life were not that easy, so if you want to help me, join me on my Patreon. I'm trying to say it, you know, by being fun and all. It's like that. He couldn't use it. That's not really fair. You're giving him orders. Okay, so already an hypnosis thing. Brainwashing? Come on. I was right to be mad. He warned you and you had time to talk about it. So how can you do that mistake? Ah, you need yes. Ojiro, I'm gonna like you. I already liked, you know, what you did before. You planned something, come on. Huh? Yes, it's your power, it's one for all. John Zero course? No! It was not your All Might. He did that by himself. He provoked that shock. the ones who had this power before you. Or he's gonna tease you again and again. Not since so long. He was not born with it. Without using your quirk. I mean, yes, he used it with the 2 fingers. You got what I meant. We're gonna see another. Huh? Huh? You could be a villain, yes, with a power like that. So I was right, they're really categorizing you, you know, into these boxes at first, so they can categorize you as a villain. Potentially. But you didn't. I'm proud of you also in a weird way. You didn't turn like that. But now, you know, he has no hope anymore to join the hero class. No, it was really an interesting role. And Shinso, he confirmed me stuff that I suspected about this world, this universe. To not become a villain. Not gonna help. You're gonna make me cry! Don't do that! You heard that? I was gonna say it! You have friends, you have people who trust you, and heroes, they think good about you. A better one! No, maybe not. But I hope that you're gonna become an hero. Again. Oh, you made me cry. Did you see that? I'm gonna keep that during the editing, I'm not sure. Whatever. Did they appear to you before online? I think so. Just once? No, it's not. It means that you're gonna join them soon. It's gonna be the beginning of your fight. No! A duty to who? For what? You have siblings? How many kids did you create? I'm with you. I'm with you, Todoroki. Prove it. Prove to him that he's an asshole and that you don't have to use his power. His siblings? He's good without the recommendation. You didn't understand stuff. Eh? Were you forced to use it that much? If you killed several? Did you see that in the mirror? You're so good! You're talking to who right there? It was not against you. Because he let his nerves control him, you know, that dark side of him. And you know, just because of his dad, so it means that his dad has this control on him, you know, on his nerves. I understand that. Oh, that was so honest! Wait! What hurt? My own honesty, you know, just hurt me right there. Because at first when I was saying that, like, I understand that, it was to mean, you know, I understand the psychology behind that, you know, what it means for him and all. But to say it like that, it can mean something else, and it can be true also for me, like, I can understand that, so it really just hurt me just right there. That thing, you know, about someone that can have this control on you if you're letting that person get in on your nerves, and you know it, you know that this person loves to get on your nerves, that's almost a game for that person, and it's someone from your family, so you're forced to be with that person. So most of the time you are controlling yourself, you are controlling your nerves, and 5% of the time you can't because this person is getting on your nerves, and it's giving you this impression, you know, that this person in fact is controlling you, you know, because you didn't manage to control your nerves because of this person. Do you understand what I mean? It's really something, a feeling which is so bad. So I can totally get it right there, the fact that Deku saw that Todoroki was sad, because I can totally understand that right there, Todoroki, he used his power that much when it was really not necessary, because he was angry, because his dad got on his nerves and he's feeling sorry about it, and he's mad at him because of it, he's feeling guilty because of it, and he's mad at himself because of it, and for him it means that his dad has this control on him still. I can totally relate to that, you know. Oh, that moment when I'm gonna edit that moment, you know, me saying that and understanding what I just said, oh, to see me, like really, I think that you can see on my face, into my eyes, the moment when I understand it and when it, a bullet in my heart. But in another heart, I'm glad that I was hurt that much during this moment and that I understood Todoroki that much also because of that, because I know the feeling, because it means that I just created a connection with the kid. Like during the previous episode, I was really sad, shocked, mad because of his backstory that we discovered, that first marriage, the fact that Andover he did that, you know, to his mom. He created a kid just to use him. Like really, we can imagine all of the childhood that Todoroki had and how bad it was, all of the training and all, and to discover that your dad is like that, like it has to be awful. And for Todoroki to decide to go against his father like that, like it demands so much strength, you know, like I'm proud of him just because of that, you know, of this kid, because he managed to do that. Again, he's just a kid, he's a young teenager, so I'm so proud of him because of that. So right there at the end, I'm glad that you proved that to your dad, that you can fight right there just by using your mom power, and I really hope that you can continue to do it. I'm so mad at your dad, that conversation with these two. But it confirms, you know, the fact that Andover really wants to use him against All Might, you know, all of that thing about revenge being the best and all. And the fact that he said it clearly to his son, his kid. But we have also this information about the fact that he has siblings, Todoroki, so it means that Andover made other kids, and I'm really saying made because I don't think that it was kids who were born, you know, because he had love relationships. I think that he created other kids like that before, with Todoroki's mom or not. It's so bad. I want to see them, I want to be sure that they are okay, his siblings now. But okay, this fight is already done, you know, for Todoroki. So next episode, no, first we're gonna have all of the fights, you know, Ochako against Bakugo again. I can't imagine how it's gonna be, Ida against Mei, all of the other fights, we're gonna have them during the next episode that I'm gonna watch tomorrow. Yes, after that it's gonna be Deku against Todoroki, because Deku won. And that was unexpected. Like really, the fact that you were warned, we saw that. Now I was already mad at you because you fall into that trap so quickly, so easily. You know, responding to Shinso. And the fact that really I was right about suspecting that you spent all of this recreation time with your friend talking about the situation, and still you fall into that trap. It made me mad. To see how Shinso was controlling him, that was bad, because for sure we don't like to see people being controlled. Right there, they are saying that his quirk, it's brainwashing. For me, it's more a question of being hypnotized, but okay, for brainwashing. It's bad, you don't want for people to be brainwashed, to lose their memories, to be controlled. Like, it's so bad to imagine a power like that. For sure, you can consider that he's manipulating people. Maybe he can manipulate everyone, maybe you, if you're one of his friends. And that way, you know, this memory with him didn't surprise me for that. But I appreciated the fact that we had his voice, you know, saying that everyone was talking to him like that. Everyone was telling him that's a quirk, you know, which is fitting well for being a villain. And you know what I said about being categorized like that? When you are a kid and when you are discovering your quirk, it can have bad impacts, you know, bad consequences. Like you are categorized and maybe you're gonna be suspected, you know, of being too dangerous, or you're gonna be put into a box where you're not gonna be considered. You know, just because of that, just because of being categorized like that, you can push people to become villains, you know, to become bad people. And right there, by everyone telling him that, by everyone suspecting him to use his quirk to do bad stuff, it was the case. And really, during this moment, even if we just met the kid, I was feeling proud of him for not being tempted by that at any point and for just wanting, you know, to be an hero. And even after that, you know, when he lost that fight, I was like, that's it. Now he has no more hope to go into the hero course, so he's gonna become one of the villains. And to see that his friends were supporting him, that he has true friends who are not doubting of him, and that the other heroes considered him as a potential amazing hero, and that they saw that the exam, you know, to enter into the school was not fair, and they were talking so good about him. That's why I had some tears, because it made me feel great, you know, like for him, for Shinso. I was glad, you know, that he heard that and that it can confirm him that he took the right decision to become an hero, and because of that he's gonna continue to fight, he's gonna keep up, and maybe one day he's gonna become a good hero. It's cool, it's really cool. I want that for him. I hope that maybe one day it's gonna be the case for him now. We'll see if we're gonna see him again at some point. But that was a really cool moment. And yes, I said it, I think, during the review of the last episode or during the intro of this episode. All of what I just said about his quirk, I said it a lot, like, people can consider his quirk like that, and in a way it's giving some bad feelings and all, but at the same time it's his quirk, you know, like, if you are born with this quirk, it's like that, and it's the only way that you can use it, that you can defend yourself with it, that you can do stuff with it. So right there during these games, yes, he used it, you know, for the first game, for having people, you know, taking him like that. Same, in fact, for the second game. And there is a bad aspect, because these guys, they didn't know it, they didn't accept it willingly, and also it feels bad, but at the same time it's his quirk, so can we blame him for using his quirk? That was a real question for me already at the end of the last episode, so that's why right there I totally understand what he said during the fight, during this memory and after this fight. Deku, he used his quirk right, you know, during that moment, because of all of these faces watching him, and I said it, I understood just like that, that it was the ones who had his power before him, you know, the quirk before him, one for all, you know, all of that. The fact that it didn't happen before for All Might, I'm not really worried about it. I'm more worried about the fact that All Might was maybe one of these faces, and that for him it means something good. Like, you know, I talked about it before. We know that he's beginning to be weaker, All Might, because Deku is beginning to be stronger. I'm afraid that, you know, there is two possibilities. When Deku is gonna have all of the quirk, All Might is not gonna have it anymore. Does it mean that just he's gonna be a random guy without powers? Or does it mean that he's gonna die? I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of him dying soon into this anime, because I have also that rule inside of my head that I found into a lot of books, a lot of shows, a lot of movies and all, about the fact that when you have a mentor into a story, you have to expect that the mentor is gonna die before the end, is gonna die at some point, and it's logical, in fact, for the main character to have his or her mentor dying at some point, so the real hero, the real main character, can shine fully and just by him or herself. It's logical. At some point you have to separate yourself, you know, from your mentor, to go on your own, to shine on your own, and most of the time, 90% of the time, in movies, in shows, in books and all, in stories, they kill the mentor for that, for making that. So that's why I'm afraid for Might to die at some point, and I did not like that line about him already being one of these faces. Well, we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna stop this review right now, and I'm gonna stop this session of binge watching. I think that I'm gonna watch one more episode tomorrow, You know, normally tomorrow I'm gonna watch 2 episodes of the show that I watch right now on my channel. I don't know if I already posted videos about it, so that's why I prefer to not say anything. I don't have an eye on my schedule right now. So just before watching these 2 episodes of that show, I'm gonna watch 1 more episode of My Hero Academia. Just by pleasure, you know, just, you know, to have a little fun, and also because I really plan to watch 4 episodes today, so for me it's almost really a frustration to not do it. So yes, it's gonna be like that. Okay, it's all for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine? Crazy.